and they are ready for some football here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. Today, a couple of rivals from the NFC East squaring off. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Ball teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're underway from Philadelphia. Tank Bigsby here with the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by the newly minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
He just missed that Super Bowl a couple years ago, but Hurts and those Eagles, they got it last year, Kate. And remember, he was the MVP in that win. And kind of like he was all season, he's just a stabilizing force. He makes people around him better, and he's a Super Bowl champ to boot.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he gives himself up after a short gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down from the 42. Hurts tucks it, starts running. They get to him behind the line, Brock. Looks like they're going to lose a couple on that zone read.
Well, he didn't hand it off or throw it, but he probably should have picked one of those two options. They kept some help by the line, and they tracked him down for the loss.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Hauled in by Gunner, left side. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Oh, that's such a good feeling as a quarterback on an RPO, and you get to hand it, and you get to watch him take off. You know if you take advantage in the RPO game of a run like that, it only makes the pass that much better.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Dotson now in motion right. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Has it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And put a receiver in motion left. They give off here to the motion man. And they keep him out of the end zone. Can't even get beyond the line. Touchdown denied.
Rebel on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Here he is on 3rd and short. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Cowboys nothing. Jake Elliott.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Kavontae Turpin on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. And they're brought out by a quarterback celebrating a decade now as an NFL starter. Originally the 135th pick back in that 2016 NFL Draft, it's Dak Prescott.
He didn't get the full chance to build on his MVP runner-up season. An injury ended 2024 after just 8 games. But Dak's got a few more weapons around him. He's got a new head coach, a play caller, and at this stage of his career, he's going to make the most of it.
He completes it in traffic. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Dak now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
A small 4-yard chunk there. In on his sock, had that incredible breakout season last year was Zach Bond.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Blitz coming, Dak. Screen here for Williams. Get this down to the 44 before he stopped. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And that takes them to 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Throwing this one back of the end zone. We put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
For the Cowboys field goal. A 58-yard attempt.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their 2nd possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Here's a design run, Hurts. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
Boy, is it tough to fool this defense with how well they read and react to these plays. Held that line, and the QB keeper gets nada.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Completed over the middle. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of a gain of 8. 3rd down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Devontae Smith. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Hurts to throw. He's got Smith again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hurts setting up to throw. Brought in. And he's right up next to that first down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. It's a sneak. Hurts. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on 3rd down on a sneak and get a 1st down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
Back to throw. Hurts. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14.
Cowboys, nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
On the return, here's Jalen Tolbert. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Back out come the Cowboys for their 2nd drive. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Dak off the play fake. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
1st and 10 from the 32. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Jukes away from one. Good hit on the grounds here. That's going to be a 9-yard pickup as it's second down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. They go to Barkley again. He cuts it to the right sideline. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 20-zip lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21.
Eagles 21. Cowboys nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And things are really getting away from him, so an important moment here to try and get a sustained possession going. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz when he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
From the gun is Prescott. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. 3rd and long for him here. Drops this one down here for Williams. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Brian Anger on now to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. So Reed give here to Barkley. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Here's another carry for Barkley. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he's brought down after a nice run and some extra effort. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's good for the Eagles. First down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. That one hits for 30. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Smith snags it over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Cowboys' 23-yard line.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Part of the reason this offense been humming today, been in such great rhythm and got this lead, well, they've protected themselves so well. Now they finally get punched in the face. And how do you adjust and how do you respond? Does it remain business as usual to stay out front, or can this defense finally get home?
This is like watching paint dry. Don't make me come down there.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Air it out on 3rd. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
This defense needed that, Kate. Just something good to happen. Creating a negative play. You never know when this thing could turn in the NFL, and that sack is exactly what the doctor ordered.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. All spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. Elliott connects there. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down.
Automatic first down.
You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a first inside the red zone. Running it after the penalty. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. And they're whistling for a stop here, and that's one of the Cowboys who's in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some assistance. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Escapes the defender. That is our 2-minute warning. 1:56 left to go before we take a break. The Eagles with the lead here at the Link. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. after finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Take it to him! Keep it up! Go ball, baby! Put him in that place, come on! Turn it up, fellas, turn it up! All right, let's go!
Throwing here hurts. It's a screen to Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again.
Eagles 28, Cowboys nothing. Jake
Elliott's
to
all
kick
set
off
for the kickoff.
Philadelphia.
Tolbert now to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
1st and 10 from the 32. Prescott here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
6 yards.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge? There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Might be time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. Dak to the air here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Prescott set to pass. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
He'll go with another punch, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. He dodged the tackle, and he's brought down before the return gets far. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. They are running away with this one, so probably content to just take this in the locker room. First down now, ball at the 33. Handoff headed right. Barkley fights his way through a tackle. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Back to throw it. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. So we've reached halftime, Brock, in a lopsided contest so far. Let's hear what Scott Hansen has to say. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Here's hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Tolbert now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Here comes the Cowboy offense for the opening possession of the third. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Williams. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Dak now from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that'll be good for Dallas 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Throwing on 1st is Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. He's going to keep it this time. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. That throw finds Pickens. He takes this forward a little to about the 39. Jahan Campbell, yet another 1st-round defender out of Alabama. They're on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Completes it again to Pickens. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down now, ball at the 33. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So still 10 to go on 2nd from the 33-yard line. Free play here. Let's see what he does. Screen here for Williams. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
So they'll decline this and take the results.
That penalty is declined.
Dak throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Play action now for Prescott. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. C.D. Lamb with the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Cowboys cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21.
Cowboys 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
For the Cowboys.
Bigsby with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. Jukes away from one. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
So all he needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted to stopping the quick pass. Became real easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
First down, and they go right back to it. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 10 yards.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route from man coverage.
1st and 10 from the 43. Gets it out wide, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Receiver in motion, he's headed right. Hurts now from the gun. And this time, he goes down. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And he's just going to hook this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan and hauling a heck of a souvenir.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. The Cowboys and C.D. Lamb headed back out on offense. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. First down. Here's Dak. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. From the gun is Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Dumped off to his running back. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Dallas sends its punching unit onto the field. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. And he gets it away from his end zone. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This is complete, downfield to Smith. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Steps up, and he's running with it. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that 1st down.
It's a gain of 11.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Hurts setting up to throw. And they take this in for the score. The Eagles trying to end this before the final quarter. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown.
With that score, this is now a time where this defense is going to get on that sideline, look at each other and say, hey, we got to play this quarterback a whole lot more honest because he is doing damage with his legs.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead.
Cowboys 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
Turpin with a return. This makes it up to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. Now Dak to throw. Connecting on the slant. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
All right, looks like they're going to try to power this across. Goal line formation on 3rd and inches. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the 1st down.
A gain of 1 yard. 1st down, Cowboys.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Prescott here from the gun. Short pass brought in. Hits some space around midfield. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Cowboys football as we're just really counting down the moments at this point. This game's gotten out of hand. First and 10 from the 43. Prescott takes off with it. And they aren't going to like this. They went to the zone read, and it winds up losing them 3 yards. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Here's Dak. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
That was pretty cool right there. I mean, that is an underrated effort on that play from his target, hustling and bustling his way to make sure he was in the neighborhood of that throw. So the Zebras, they couldn't penalize the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Dak now from the gun. He finds Pickens left side. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on 4th down. Desperation time here. Intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles will have it shy of their own 30 after that tackle.
Okay, that's just one of those situations that is so difficult to be a quarterback in that spot. It's kind of like being a pitcher in a 3-0 count. You just oftentimes don't win, and you feel like you got to force the issue, and you force the issue, yeah, interceptions follow.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. First down, a run with Barkley. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this 3rd down. Throwing here, Hurts. Got a man downfield, and Goddard has it. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Straight ahead. Here's Barkley. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The lead looks safe, but the Penals staying down. They're going for this. From the pistol, Hurts. Oh, he's going to run for it. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains, and it's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
Escapes the defender. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
13 more yards. That's another Eagles first down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
A quick throw completed out to the left. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
A gain of a yard.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. We're going to go with Barkley on the counter. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. And if it were all but a select few quarterbacks, we'd be remarking at the type of game this guy's having, right? But now this is Jalen Hurts, so we know that it is always in the realm of possibility that he could have a 3-touchdown game on the ground. He's done it already multiple times in his career. He's never managed to go further and tie that NFL record. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles continue adding on to that lead.
Cowboys 7.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
Turpin with a return. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cowboys offense headed out there. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Schoonmaker's there to haul it in. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Complete to Luke Schoonmaker. It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He lofts it deep right side. He's got it inside the 25. And he is down all the way to that 15-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Working inside the red zone. Finds the in route complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Cowboys just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Williams reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys making the scoreboard look a touch better. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points.
14.
Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Kickoff for the Cowboys.
Shipley now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Will Shipley.
The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Go the distance! Go the distance!
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that 1st down. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's a short gain of 1. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
Motioning the tight end now. Going to the ground again on 1st. He dodged the tackle. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. So beneath the chorus of fly, Eagles fly. It's a win for the Eagles. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days. Always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.